Hello guys, it is Jead and we're waking up to some insane news that pretty much no one was expecting, right? The 83 times 14 might finally be going, but we have so many leaks about the new FC27 system and what that means for EVOs, SBCs, the game. EA are trying to change everything. So what does all this mean? What does all this mean for FC27? What does it mean for us right now in La Liga team of the season? And we're also about 12 to 13 million coins invested. So what are we buying? Ready for La Liga team of the season. There is so much to talk about today. I actually couldn't believe it when I seen what was getting leaked today for pretty much no reason, it feels like, but let's jump into it. And guys, if you want to use players like this and just need that little extra boost, then you can get your cheap, fast, and most importantly, safe FC26 coins at eldorado.gg. They have 24/7 support, a money-back guarantee, and you can use code JEAD at checkout to get another 5% off your order. Link is in the description. Boys, very quickly, Jead from the future here, kind of. Make sure you stick around to the end today, because as we're about to end the video, we got a new exclusive leak come through that, in my opinion, is the most, like the SBC leak and the EVO and the FC27 stuff we're going to talk about is ridiculous. And then we got one more leak at the end to top everything off. Something I've been asking for ages. So stick around for the end for that. But yeah, I hope from me to you, you are having a fantastic week. Thursdays are underrated, man. Thursdays are like a really good tier day. They're just behind Fridays and Saturdays. But Thursdays are better than Sundays, and I will die on that hill. But I hope you're having a fantastic day, a fantastic end to your week. Not long now until the weekend. And honestly, like I said it before, there's so much, but there's so much that I need to explain it to you what I think's happening, because it's interesting, and I've got some thoughts. But in terms of what we got yesterday, we got Quinton Merlin, Ahmad Traore. Boys, both of these two, we don't really care. Go and have a look at them on Footbin if you want, because you don't need me to tell you that both of these cards don't get anyone's team, right? It's a showdown card. Showdown cards are pretty hyped. They've given the cards really good play styles. But once again, they're just both cards that no one's going to throw into their team unless you're doing Gauntlet, right? Merlin's got Wit, Pass Plus, and Rapid, so he's just must avoid either way. Traore is much better. Tech and Finesse is great. If they give this guy Incisive Plus, if they get the win as the third play style, and then maybe give him like Low Driven White, honestly, could be an insane card, but he's still just not the level of like crazy team of the season cards, if that makes sense. Everyone will have red picks or whatever better than him. Maybe if you're on a new account. If you're on a new account and you want a cheap SBC because it's only the one squad, that's fine. But apart from that, we ignore it, right? We get the TOTS Arcana Challenge, again, for the objectives. It's a tradable pack, so go and do them. We've, of course, got the daily login as well. Go and do the daily login. Already done mine. We got the League 2 TOTS Honorable Mentions yesterday. And again, it's a card that I'm not fussed for. It's another what I would call Gauntlet card. So many SBCs are Gauntlet cards. I think my theory the other day where EVO Power Curve and SBC Power Curve have been so different this year is the biggest issue, because EVOs are way better than this, even like free EVOs, so like kind of who cares. The playstyles are really good, by the way. The playstyles are really good, but just at 4-star with like not really tier, like high tier stats, only 2 above 90, like for the stage of the game we're in. I don't know, kind of meh, even though he's not that expensive. The cards in there you get are probably more hype. I think from what I remember, I don't think either of them were that more hyped. I think people were looking at Bentayeb. I can't even remember, but none of the 3 cards, unlike last time, were even worth really looking at. You got Bayaki with 4-star, like decent play styles. Again, just not in crazy, but again, fine. The Bentayeb, I guess, is slightly better because he's got the Rapid Plus and Low Driven, maybe. Even then, I'm really clutching at straws. I don't know. I don't think this one's worth doing. He's at least got way better stats, right? These are the stats you need at this point in the game to even compete. But once again, 4-star, kind of feels like a filler SBC these to me. We get them like every single week, and we'll get it with the Liga as well, unless they change the cards dramatically. Gauntlet or a bit of a filler SBC. And then I've actually favorited the TOTS Crafting because the 82 player pick. We've still got the Liga and TOTS Upgrade, which is the main bit of content yesterday, but what we did, right, boys, we opened a lot of Liga and TOTS Upgrade on the streams. Get to the streams if you want to see some share plays. Next, we'll be live tomorrow night. It's a Friday night for La Liga TOTS. Get yourself there, right, on the Twitch streams. But we opened a lot of the Liga and TOTS Upgrade, and they're not worth doing. Like, do it and see who you get, but they're not worth it. The 82 player picks are still the best way to get things on this game. So you grind all the dailies, you grind the TOTS Crafting, you throw it all into 82 player picks. We did loads yesterday, got ridiculous fodder and fodder team of the seasons. But we also got a Luxa card, he's like 600, 700k, and she's really good on the wing in this game because she's lengthy, you know, buzzword once again, but grind those. I do the Liga and Upgrade that we got yesterday. They're kind of crap. Let me know down below who you got. Did anyone, literally anyone of you guys, get a single, even like mid-dub from them? Because I doubt like anyone did, to be honest. Maybe you did. But we also got, of course, a decent EVO. Nah, I can't even like fake hype it. The EVO we got yesterday just ain't the one. We got Midfield Migration. And for 50k, right? 50k, you're hoping for a good EVO. And if you were there on the stream yesterday, you've seen that we have the perfect card for this, and it's still not even great. We've got a left back in Yuri Bachiche that I used at Winter Wildcards, and I gave him Tiki Taka Plus. So for a midfielder, because it's a left back Evo that gives them like centre mid, also gives them ping and intercept. As a midfielder, he's like top tier for this Evo. And he looks like some of the SBCs like we just seen, right? Like some of the SBCs I was saying to you guys aren't the best. I might still do BigJead because he's a bit of a club legend. He goes to 5-star, 4-star, so he's better than the SBCs at least. But he's a bit of a club legend. I have like 300 games on him. The playstyles are really good on mine. But the stats, again, like he doesn't actually get in the team. I'm just doing the 50k EVO because I've got the coins and it's a bit of a club legend. That was the EVO, boys. I even looked on Footbin and it's like none of them are really worth doing. People were putting it on left backs like Teo and Alphonso Davies, but because it's sort of suited more to giving the cards like midfielder upgrades, just not really the one. Even this, like Maldini, a left-back Evo's trending, and it's not even using the 50k left-back Evo that came out yesterday. So it's a really, really average Evo. And in terms of objectives, basically nothing, right? Objectives, go and do Gauntlet, save your packs. And if you've got rival rewards, let me know. Did you actually play Rivals? We finished it last night. Save your packs for La Liga. You've got to, right? Liga has been out all week. La Liga will probably have way worse pack weight, but you've got to try and save your packs to the Pedri, Yamal, Claudia Pina for Playstyle Plus. But overall, content yesterday was very, very slow, kind of like most Wednesdays are, and Thursday is normally a slow day as well, so it could have been a slow day on the game. But kind of luckily for us, two things. One, we're investing millions of coins, so of course we'll talk about that at the end. Trying to make millions ready to buy ourselves a baby Lamine Yamal GOAT team of the season at the weekend. But also, we kind of got these ridiculous FC27 leaks on top of everything else. And yeah, it changes massively what we were going to talk about today because I woke up to it. I wasn't expecting it at all, okay? Now, first of all, before we even get into the FC27, this was meant to be the main talking point because the 84 times 10 is being replaced by the 83 times 14 in the upcoming days. The grind is getting better. Okay, first of all, the 84 times 10 might not have good pack weight. I want to throw that out there very, very quickly. It might be shocking, but if you guys are anything like me, the bane of my existence, the worst SBC the game has ever seen, the worst SBC and the waste of time has been the 14 times 83. And I'm sure there's a couple of you out there that got Vitinha or Lukta or Pacho from one of these this week. I do get it. Like, anomalies do happen. The 14 times 83 just doesn't have good pack weight. And if you want to know why, if you're wondering why these used to be so much better back in the day, because they added the women's cards to the game, you essentially double the amount of gold cards that fit those ratings. But even though you've got double the amount of team of the seasons, because of the pack weight skew, it just massively nerfs the chance you've got of actually getting one of the high-end team of the seasons because there's way more gold cards, which always means that when you're doing upgrades, the higher the rating is better. I always tell people on the season pass, take the higher rated packs that has less. So that take a 2 times 88 rather than a 20 times 83. You'll get better pulls, right? So a 10 times 84 is finally replacing the 14 times 83 in the upcoming days. That'll probably be for La Liga. And yeah, this does expire in 1 day, 6 hours. Basically, whenever La Liga team of the season drops, Friday, 6 p.m., right? So whenever La Liga team of the season drops, in my opinion, they will keep the requirements almost identical because it's a very similar pack. It should be a team of the season card and an 84 rated squad. If it's not this and they increase the rating, then it's shocking. There's no need to increase the rating or do any extra requirements. If they're anything, they should lower it, right? But an 84 times 10, just across the long run, if you do enough of them, will give out better fodder and better pulls than 83 times 14. It just will. It's better for provisions. It's better for everything. So this is a big upgrade to the grind, but it all depends on the pack weight. Of course, we can say it's a massive upgrade. If the pack weight for La Liga is shocking and they nerf this, then like, what can you do, right? But finally, the 83 times 14 is dead. They killed it. They finally got rid of it. And it was really good at the start, but it needed to go. But that was going to be the talking point. We were going to talk about the 83 times 14, how to do the new grind that comes out on Friday. And then we woke up to some crazy news with the rest of it. So we'll jump into that, right? We also got yesterday the Aguero icon officially tested for FC27. So if you don't know what's going on this week, leakers, for whatever reason, don't ask me, right? But leakers are getting the chance to play FC27 early. I assume it's not like official from EA. It's more just like an insider thing. I don't know. I honestly don't know why. But from that, Aguero is getting tested. Question to you boys is, what rating and what playstyle plus? Because he should not be 89 in my opinion. Although Aguero is a little bit of a GOAT, he should be 88. He should be 88. I think 89 would be too high for him. If they give him chip shot or power shot, it'd be a bit annoying. I said finesse, but they can't just give every icon attacker finesse. So what would you give Aguero? What rating would you make him? And it's definitely another hype icon. We got Totti this year. I think Aguero would be another hype icon because people actually have seen him play. And that always makes it a little bit better. And then one final thing, not to spook anyone, because I'm not even sure how like concrete this is, but I have not seen the pack code for the 82 times player pick for La Liga. But I don't know, because I don't always keep up with foot scoreboard as much as I should. I don't know whether just player picks don't show up in the pack code, right? Because it's not a pack, it's a player pick, right? So I'm hoping that the 82 times La Liga comes, because that, you guys know, by far the best way to pack Liga and team of the seasons this week. So I'm hoping we get the 82 player pick for La Liga. Even if it does have nerfed weight, it's still probably going to be the best chance to try and get a Yamal, a Pedri, just grinding them unlimited. So I've not seen it in the pack code, but it is a player pick, so maybe it wouldn't be there. But this is where we get into it. This was the first league I woke up to, and you guys might have woke up to and seen. And what does this all mean? Let me try and break it down, what this actually means for the game next year and us at the end of this year, right? FC27 league. One-click SBC. SBCs are getting better. EA are testing a brand new SBC system for FC27, mainly for big and repeatable SBCs. So obviously, they're trying to make it, context, EA are trying to make it so you don't have to go and use Pale Tools and Foot Genie. They hate the fact that everyone now uses extensions. They want people back on the game. That's what they're clearly trying to do, right? Players will have an SBC value, and I'll show you the screenshot in a second, but they're attached to their card with SBCs requiring you to reach a specific point total rather than like a rating. You can instantly complete it with one-click button, because obviously it's a lot easier for an EA game engine to just say, add all the players up to like, you know, a 1,000 point total rating than it is to EA to say, make the squad 87 rated. It's a much more like convoluted system. And the game automatically fills the players for you. An SBC might need 3,000 points, and Mbappe could be worth 2,000 points, and you can just hit add rest of the cards until it gets you to 3,000 points. And the whole point it's saying is, you might not need 11 players, but you could use 11 players, right? You could use 11 players that are all 100 rating to get 1,100 points, or you could use one player that's 1,100 points, and both of them, you could click submit and submit the SBC. Now, importantly, little caveat at the end, the normal SBC system still remains, with both systems depending on the SBC. So a player SBC might be the normal system. Upgrade SBCs, like the 82 player picks, might be the point system. Maybe that's what they're going for. And also really important, it's currently in testing. The final version could change. So this is a complete fake screenshot made by the leakers, just to be clear, but they're on the game, so I'm guessing they know ish how this works. You've got the point system you would see. You would see, oh, you need 7,000 points, and as you can see, Mbappe could be worth 2,000. I don't know how EA would determine the value of players apart from rating. I have no idea. Apart from rarity and rating, EA can't use market price. They've shown that before. They don't know how to do that. So it has to be rarity and rating, which means it just looks to me a little bit pointless. But we have more info on it, which changes a lot of things, and we do have some interesting additions to it. But if it's just rating and rarity, I need to know how that's different to the current system we have now. Because what I'm very scared of is, do you see where this could potentially be going from like an EA monetization point of view? Because don't forget, with GTA 6 coming out next year, EA need to put a heavy incentive to monetize the game. They just do. What do we already have? Would you be surprised if one day you woke up in FC27 and there wasn't just an FC points tab, but next to it, we had an SBC credits tab? It's not that weird to think. Think about other games, right? Other games make you pay all the time for credits you can then use to craft things, right? That's like a normal system how games work in the modern age. EA could easily add an FC credit system, pay, £20, get 1,000 FC credits, or SBC credits, you can go and complete any SBC. You don't even have to open the packs. You can just go and directly complete the SBCs for the credits, or some sort of system like that. I really hope they don't, and there's definitely ways that, it would be difficult for them to add, I'm hoping. But I don't think it's beyond the realms of possibility to maybe one day wake up and see SBC credits in the store. Let me know what you guys think, but it's not the only SBC edition we are seeing. Now, this one is definitively, you cannot argue it, this would be a dub if it's implemented. Because there's a caveat to this. It might not be getting implemented, but FC27 news, SBC changes, testing phase, submit the same card multiple times into the same SBC, complete SBCs with one click based on points. All that stuff down below is kind of what we already knew, right? Demon Rare SBC cost 500 points, let's say. If an Endrick Team of the Season dupe was worth 500 points, you could instantly complete the SBC. I think that's unrealistic as a comparison, but the example, I guess, still stands. However, what I care about is you could complete an SBC, in theory, using 11 of the same player. Why does that matter? Because how many times on this game do you have the same Katoto fodder card? If you've been doing the 82 player picks for Liga, and you'll know what I mean with Katoto. How many times do you have the same Katoto fodder card, or whatever it is fodder card in the club, and you can only put one of them in, and it's a pain in the ass? That would be just an all-round well change. Like, it'd be a good change. There's no reason for EA not to add that. I kind of can't believe since SBCs have been invented, that wasn't something in the start. Like, it makes no sense to me that if I've got two fodder cards, especially with how the current game is, about a daily grind, daily untradables, everything's untradeable, right? The cycle they've put us in. I think it would just make better sense to have, more cards than that in the SBC. You can put Lewandowski's in, unlimited, Katoto unlimited, right? Now, I do want to caveat this and say that we did get something from Detective Foot, who was the first one. This was the first leak we woke up to, was the Detective Foot tweet on SBCs. He did say, since all of the leakers are copying, because again, leaks on Twitter are like a reality TV show with FC26. Like, you have to just kind of get used to it, I guess. But you can submit the same player multiple times. But remember, they're currently playing the game. This is from the context of the leakers are currently testing right now FC27, which is something in itself. But you need to submit, go back and submit again. So it could be a bug, right? Take it with a pinch of salt. It could be a bug. They could just be in the testing phase, and it's like a bug, doesn't work. You can submit Katoto, go out, submit her again, and it's a bug in the software. However, If it is a bug, why? Why not just add this to the game? There does no harm to anyone. It doesn't make the game OP. It doesn't make SBCs OP. It changes nothing apart from makes our lives easier. So I beg that they do add it. But overall, boys, what a league to wake up to. And that's just getting us started. That's just SBCs. SBCs are probably the biggest thing we got, but we've got some evolution news as well. But what do you think on the credit system then? What do you think? I think overall, like I've said to you before, I think it's a sidestep. I think it's getting a bit too convoluted. I seen this reply before from Carnival in Compton. What a boy. I seen this reply and I couldn't agree with it more. SBCs used to be perfect. I disagree maybe with that one. Not perfect. They've always had issues. But SBCs used to be perfect. The game is becoming way too technical and credit-driven in more ways than one. FC points. EVOs are cryoing FC points. It's all about the points, the credits, right? It doesn't feel like football anymore. I think SBCs, EVOs, and objectives this year, they've added a lot of content. We've definitely had content. It's becoming so convoluted. Imagine a system next year where there's 2 different SBC systems. One with rating and chemistry. One with credits. You could buy credits in the store. A team of the week is worth X amount of credit. Imagine someone new coming to the game trying to figure it out. Like, it's not needed. Like, SBCs were just to put some cards in from a pack grind to get a player that goes in your team. That is why they came into the game, right? Then we start getting gamble SBCs. And you go, okay, you can put cards you're not going to use to have a potential of getting a card that goes into your team. And now it's just this whole ecosystem they've created that makes it, like, if you're a new player that's never played Ultimate Team before, why would you start if it seems so intimidating? I don't know. I really hope, though. I really hope it's implemented well. Let me know what you think. But we've got to move swiftly on because it wasn't the only leak we got. We got EVO news for FC27. Arguably, well, yeah, it's more hype than SBC's EVOs, right? And I've got a big theory on this of what I think's happening. But EVOs, you are now going to be able to choose your path when it comes to the cards you put in. So before, right, if me and you put the same Van der Ven in, we get the same Van der Ven out. Now, in theory, there could be a Van der Ven path that gives more pace and a Van der Ven path that gives more defending, or one that gives more physical. Now, I do think there's a way they're going to go with this, which I don't agree with, but we'll talk over the leak, right? What is leaked is, you have an evolution with 3 levels. Once you finish each level, so 1, 2, and 3, you'll choose a different upgrade for your card. And they kind of tested this. This game with the, what were they called? These cards here. The World Tour Silver Superstars that have the, I can't remember what the actual upgrade was called. The attacker, defender, the one from the season pass, right? Build your superstar. What was it even called? Who knows? They've kind of tested it with the build your superstar Evo thing, where you had different chains, paths. They've tested a lot of stuff on FC26. I don't think people have realised it as much. They've tested so many things, putting cards in store packs, the FUT birthday promo in general, a lot of the season pass stuff. And I wonder if they're just trying to make this for all EVOs in general next year. Is this a good change for the game? In isolation, yes. I think it adds more nuance to EVOs. It gives you more choice. What it means long-term for the ecosystem of the game, what it means for SBCs, what it means for playing, credits for EVOs and where the game's going. I'm honestly not too sure. But yeah, it means the same evolution can result in multiple different final cards. It's going to make FUTBIN and FUTGG a mess, by the way. Like, FUTBIN and FUTGG are going to struggle keeping up with that. Like, that, I mean, it's not really the main point of what we're talking about, but it's kind of a little funny side note. Imagine loading the FUTBIN homepage. Imagine how many different EVO potential chains there'll be now if every single EVO has, like, different chains. But anyway, side point. Now, this links in with what we got about a month ago or a couple of weeks ago. You'll be able to undo your last evolution or completely reset the Evo. So you guys know the Noonan chain we've done on the channel for probably like 6 months now. If I wanted to just undo the last Evo I did on him because it was a waste, I can do that. If I want to completely reset the chain to his base card, I can do that as well. So both of them are coming. The fact that they're now in the FC27 testing phase as well, looks like that's confirmed and all good, right? And I guess that works really well with the path because you might put your card in the wrong path. You can then take them back out, maybe put them back into that same evolution. If it had like multiple repeats, if it was, repeatable times 2 and you put it in the wrong path, you could undo it and then put it in a different path. We'd start to see some stuff like that. I think overall, undoing EVOs is great, but just think about how convoluted the game is going to get next year. And I think it messes the power curve up a little bit. And I don't think people realise this, but think about what happened with FUT Birthday this year. If you played FUT Birthday, it was a great promo. Best promo of the year. Up there with Winter Wildcards, in my opinion, right? And we got the playstyle and the playstyle plus bakery. What happened with FUT Birthday? Everyone's team changed drastically to have almost 11 FUT Birthday players in. But then what happened the next 2 weeks after? Every promo that came after FUT Birthday until Team of the Season was pointless. It was super pointless because you had cards like FIFA, cards like Oosterwald that not only fit other Evos as well, which is a whole separate point, right? Those 2 cards in particular got really, really broken. But cards like FIFA, I can go and pick my perfect playstyles for this card. I then don't care about the rest of the Evos or the rest of the SBCs and the rest of the promos coming afterwards. I've already got a perfect card, right? So it meant that everything after FUT birthday until team of the season got a little bit dead. Now, what EA are doing are basically saying, well, what if we did that, where you could pick your own playstyles, pick your own path, because it'll be playstyles. There'll be playstyles in this 100%. And you do that for every evolution that comes out in the game. Every Evo that comes out in the game, you say, right, do you want Finesse Plus or Rapid Plus? Do you want Tech Plus or Quick Step Plus? I think what they will do early on in the game is they'll make it stats only. So it'll be +5 shooting or +5 passing. That's fine. I think that's fine. You end up with a lot of unique cards, and that's kind of the point of Evos, right? Build your own card. If it goes to playstyles, and we go back to just FUT birthday, the actual concept itself, now keep an eye out, like what I'm saying here, the concept itself is really good. What it means for the rest of the game is bad. And why would EA make something that's really good in the instant short term, but bad in the long term? Because they know they're going to lose people to GTA 6, so they need to sell FIFA points. They need to sell store packs. That's what worries me. I don't want to be a bit of a negative person on this. I don't want to be a pessimist. I think it could be really good for the game, and if it executed in the right way, could be amazing. But I'm just scared that it ruins the power curve of the game. SBCs go even more obsolete, even with the new system, because everyone only cares about building their own Evo path. Evos get even more broken than they already are. I guess all of this ties into playstyles, because if playstyles are just as broken as they are in this game, then it means that everyone will just chase those playstyles. Once again, you've got a broken game. SBCs become obsolete, cards on the market become obsolete, and everyone's got a full 11 Evo team. And Evos are great. I'm not one of the people that says remove Evos, but just keep an eye on if that does make the overall game a little bit wonky in terms of the power curve when it comes to FC27. And once again, I agree with one of the replies here. Just had a couple of friends play their first ever edition of the game this year, right? Now, that's very important. If you're like me, maybe you played the game for 2 or 3 years, maybe you played for 5 years, or again, like you played like me, you played for like 10 to 12 years, right? All this, as you add it gradually each year, maybe becomes natural. If you're someone who picked up Ultimate Team for the first time and you saw Evos and their SBCs and objectives the way they are, you'd be overwhelmed. And they're making that system even more complicated with the SBCs and the new Evos. And we wonder, why are they losing the casual player base? You could say gameplay, and I get that. Gameplay definitely is part of it. But if you make the game too convoluted and you make it too complicated, it's rough for the casual player base. It really is. And I do understand it as well, because there's too much stuff in the game. But I am actually quite hyped for it, if executed right. That's my main part. If it's executed right, I think this path system could be really, really good and really, really fun. And it makes past and present teams that next level. And past and present teams, one of the most bits of fun you can have in this entire game, right? Maybe next year, this is your sign to run a past and present team and do this with the evolutions. Because if they're going to do this, you may as well lean into it. But that was the big Evo change. That was the big SBC change. What do we think? Boys, honestly, just what do you think? Is it a sidestep? Is it an upgrade? Is it a downgrade? Is it better for the game? Is it worse for the game? I've told you my thoughts on it. I think it's very interesting. I think EA have a very, very tough job on their hands to execute this correctly without ruining the power curve and without ruining the current SBC system we've got. I'm kind of scared for where the game's heading. I think we're heading towards a game that has no transfer market. And if that ever happens, you might see me skedaddle in like 3 or 4 years' time if that's where they're going towards, because I love trading on this game. But yeah, let me know down below. Thoughts on the EVO system, thoughts on the new SBC system, good or bad. And of course, what we were first here for, in the first place anyway, thoughts on the 83x14 going to the 84x10. We can all agree. We can all agree. Forget the negativity. Forget what's happening with the game. Forget the hype. We can all agree. The 84x10 replacing the 83x14 is good for La Liga team of the season, unless they don't give me any team of the seasons, right? EA, please bless me. I need a Lamine Yamal. I need a Pedri. I need Claudio Pina. Give me something. But yeah, that should be better for the game. 84x10 just seems like, as long as it's, again, the same requirements and it's not like more expensive, seems way better, way better. Just to get like, fodder in the club. Get more 84s for the provisions and yeah, better. Or 85s for the provisions, but you know what I mean. And speaking of La Liga team of the season, we're about 12, I think we're 13 or 14 million coins invested in some cards. What are we buying ready for La Liga team of the season? We've already made 1 million coins, give or take, since the stream last night. So if you were in the stream last night, GG's to you. We made like 300k on the stream. And then since then, I think we've made about 1 million coins. And all we've been doing is flipping some of the outer pack cards, right? So Luis Diaz, team of the season, 17 to 19. Mariona, 700 to 800. Jairzinho, 550 to 650. Those sort of flips, outer pack flips that I always tell you guys are so broken right now on the game at any budget. The best cards to actually do this on, literally the best cards in the entire game, are the 20 to 50k cards. They are so broken for this. They fluctuate constantly, up and down, every single day. Use the FUTGG momentum page. It is broken. So we're up 1 million coins. We're going to try and hit 30 mil, ready for the Liga team of the season to build that God squad on Sunday. And we've not decided what the Champs Challenge will be, but I'm sure we can think of something. And then Impact Team of the Season cards. We've said that Thursday has been a buy day for a while. We've got some Chawingas there, selling for 2.7. We bought her at about 2.4. I think she's currently up right now as a 2.5, nothing crazy. But if we can get her on a cheap, she's very, very nice. We're going for rarity on cards. We're going for rarity, and she is super duper rare, being a 4 playstyle plus 97 card. I've always said when I'm buying these Team of the Season cards, I want one of two things. I go for the fodder cards right at the bottom that go up for SBCs, or I want the super rare cards. That's where I go, right? We've got some more out of pack flips there with like the Mariona, the Pushkas, and the cards at the back. But the other cards I'm looking at, because I might try and buy more of them today, because they're not up from what I bought. We got a Kachawi for just less than $1 million, and we got a Zaire Emery for about 1,480. And I believe both of those cards, just as examples, are still buyable now if you want to get involved today. But I'm going to sell my cards. Yeah, Kachawi's the same price. We bought her around that price. And I think Zaire Emery will be around the same. Yeah, Zaremi's around the same price as well. But we might get some more cards on undercuts. We'll have to wait and see. But they're both rare cards. I like them both. They both shouldn't be affected too much by the positions that are coming out as SBCs on Friday. And, of course, the big Cam Evo on Friday. But, again, want to stress, I'm looking to sell these cards before 6 p.m. content on Friday. If I had one bit of advice to give anyone who trades on FIFA any year, sell everything you've got before Friday 6 p.m. content. That's personally how I do it. I know in the Discord, we're probably going to call some out-of-pack stuff. And then we'll call some stuff on the weekend as well. So get yourself in there as well. But like for me personally on my account, I always prefer to do the out of pack stuff. It's not out of pack, sorry. I always prefer to sell at Friday 6 p.m. and just get everything liquid ready. Because then at Friday 6 p.m. we can mass bid, fluctuate and trade, buy some of the new La Liga cards and make so many more coins. So I'm always going to stick to doing that. Even a Team of the Season Vitinha card, you can see how these cards have fell into the Thursday morning rivals like we knew they would. He hit 5-3, he then bounced to 5-5, he's now 5-4. I think you've got a couple more hours probably to buy these cards, maybe even into Thursday night. But if you are looking to be like me and sell before Friday content, you really do need good prices on these cards. If you want something a little bit more safe, like it's what I said before, right? Go for the really rare cards. Vitinha, Kachawi, even Nuno Mendes is fine, but I believe he's already up. I think he was like 580 or something, and now he's like 640. The other cards that I really like, if you're still buying now, are the cards right at the bottom of fodder. And that is because the SBCs you've got coming look really, really decent. These are the official start SBCs, or at least they should be from what I'm seeing. And it's Alvarez, Concalves, Vicky Lopez, Hansen, even the Hanko looks okay. The stats are probably not what we'd like, and we'll talk about them more in a second. But if we can get these cards at 13k, your Rissers, your like low-rated fodder team of the seasons, not only will you need them for the Vicky Lopez, the Alvarez, the Hansen, all that good stuff, but you also, of course, going to need them for the 84x10s. They're almost guaranteed to have a team of the season requirement. And because they look better than the 83x14s, you'd think people would make sure they're going and completing those every single day, which will push the price of team of the season cards higher. So get these cards below 14k, ideally below 13k, and then lazy sell them in the meantime, 15 to 16 to 17k. Some will lazy sell. You can just constantly relist them every hour, but you can probably hold these cards a little bit more into Friday. Just make sure you sell before we get rewards on Friday. Like don't hold until 10 p.m. UK, 11 p.m. UK on Friday when people start opening their champs rewards. But yeah, you can probably hold them to Friday. Sell for whatever SBCs we get. I think right now we'll get Alvarez almost guaranteed, and we'll probably get one more player. We could get Alvarez and Lopez, Alvarez and Hansen. We might just get Alvarez and Goncalves. I don't know, but Friday almost guaranteed to be the main league team of the season card, which is Alvarez. It could be Hanko. It could be Hanko as well, and that would fuck centre backs. If you're looking to, for example, buy a Pacho card out of packs or whatever, that could fuck centre backs. But I don't know why they do Hanko on the Friday and not just do Alvarez and then push Hanko until a little bit later in the week. And yeah, same as always in terms of fodder cards. They went really cheap again. Like 85s are back on the cheap. You can buy them for the provisions. I always say, just even if you don't trade these cards and you need 85s and 86s, buy the cards you need for the provisions in the morning. They're always cheaper. They always rise at content. But in terms of 85s and 86s now, probably not looking to buy them again until about Saturday or Sunday. We'll buy them on Saturday, Sunday. We'll sell on Wednesday. We'll double our coins if you do it. And it's the same every week. So we'll look at that more later. But yeah, I think the team of the season cards are fine to go. Out of pack trading with the fluctuations on the momentum page is fine to go as well. Low budget's great for it. High budget's great for it. That's what I'm going to be trading and trying to sell everything. Again, Friday content for the stream. So we'll have hopefully the full 26 or 27 million ready for the Friday streams. Then go buy some La Liga team of the seasons. But yeah, let's talk about these full SBC official stats that you probably need to avoid in terms of positions. Because if these are the official stats, Alvarez doesn't look like off the charts good, but I think looks very decent. If he does have incisive plus low driven and tech, as long as that card is probably finesse and quick step at a 2, I'd say he needs to have. Card's going to be very good if it comes on Friday. As always with SBCs, all of it comes down to price, right? If Alvarez is cheap, and remember, this comes tomorrow, if he's cheap, you best believe strikers are going to fall. Any striker you're holding is going to fall. If we got one of Vicky Lopez or Hansen tomorrow, again, as long as they're somewhat affordable, right wingers are going to fall. I actually think Hansen, these are official stats, man. I think Hansen got stiffed a little bit. Like, Tiki's not really a playstyle plus. It's almost the same as having Tiki White, in my opinion, which means she's really got finesse and technical. It just makes Vicky Lopez look better with the rapid plus over the Tiki. So, I don't know. I think Vicky Lopez, if these are the official stats, like, Hansen, I was really looking forward to. Should be a 5-star, maybe a 5-star, 5-star card. And then Vicky Lopez is weird as well because she's also got the UCL card that goes to a 96 if Barca do win the final. So would this be the second best Vicky Lopez on the game? That'd be a bit depressing as an SBC. Goncalves look really nice. He also has Tiki Taka Plus, but his stats look really nice, and he does have the Tech and Finesse as well. All these 3 cards having Tech and Finesse is a little bit suspicious, but yeah, it is what it is. These are the official stats Hanko card. These have definitely been confirmed. Bruiser, Quick Step and Intercept. Perfect playstyles of 90 pace, 93 defending, and 92 physical. He's almost like a bit of a flashback to his SBC at the start of the year that everyone completed. If this is the card that drops on Friday, and they go with Hanko instead, he will be cheap because of his links and stuff. He will drop centre-backs. I'm almost sure of it. Him alone, like being a leaked official stats, is maybe kind of want to avoid Pacho a little bit more. He will almost certainly drop centre-backs. I think it'll be Alvarez coming Friday and Hanko a little bit later. But I don't know. Could be Hanko on Friday. So for that, again, I'm not touching Pacho. We've even got Guedes, who has quick step, low driven finesse. So almost perfect play styles if he can play striker as well. With 96 dribbling, 93 shooting, and 94 pace. He looks like a crazy card. Some of the Liga Portugal cards actually looking crazy as well, with the Goncalves mainly, but some of the ones below as well. The only other thing to note really is that we get a Fernando Torres foot birthday, I guess. And again, for EVOs, for my Liverpool team, could be a bit of a dub. And I was actually thinking on a new account, with how easy trading is now on a low budget, some of you guys maybe find it hard to make coins if you're not seeing someone do it in front of you. I was thinking about on this channel starting a new trade to glory during team of the season, ready for ultimate TOTS. So we'd start again, do a 0 to 5 mil, and then in the background, like for that account, we'll either run a Liverpool past and present or like a Jamaica past and present, or not past and present, but like a Jamaica team and a Liverpool past and present while doing a 0-5 mil trade to glory for the last few weeks of like team of the season before we get the next promo. I think that could be pretty cool. And boys, stick around to the end of these videos. We got, look when this got released 2 minutes ago, an exclusive another leak we can talk about. Shout out to you boys that stick around to the end of these videos. This is why we do it, right? We have just found out. I was about to end off the video and say, boys, thanks for watching. We're on to the next one. Collections. My number one thing I have said needs to come for FC Ultimate Team. Needs to come to save the game. I don't know how they would do it. This is a fake screenshot. This is AI. Don't look into this too much, right? But there's a new tab called Gallery. There's a tab called that is confirmed. They're saying that in FC27. Exclusive FC27 leak. Gallery. EA testing a brand new gallery feature that works just like a collection book for FC27. You'll be able to send cards from your collection to be graded with better cards, giving you higher grades, S, A, B, or C. I'm reading this for the first time as you guys are reading this. Honestly, the higher the grade, the better the rewards. Rewards can be players, oh my god, boys, this looks so good. I don't know how they could mess this up. Okay, they definitely could. It's EA. Once you pack a player, they permanently stay in your collection, even if you sell, quick sell, or submit them into an SBC. That also means you can send the same player for multiple collections. Example, Mbappe you could send him for France and for Real Madrid. Currently in testing, final version could change or not release at all. Does that mean it's only pack pooled players? Oh, that means it might mean it's only pack pooled players. That might mean that EA are going to make, they're going to make it just a full-on pack heavy game, man. They know what they're doing. So it might mean if you buy a card off the market, it won't add it to your collection, because obviously then you can just go buy cards and sell them and complete the entire collection book. But you've actually got to pack these cards. It's a first owner collection book. It's going to be like real life packs when everyone tries to do first owner binders. EA have leaned into people's dopamine thing. They know people are going to send packs for this. They'll even release store packs that are called like collection fillers and stuff that'll have like 100 cards from like top clubs. Oh, boys. I think it's a great addition. I think gallery and collection books is a great addition. But if it's pack full players only, I don't know. And then the grading as well. You get a grade like an A, you get a grade like an S, you get a grade like a B. You submit your grade and then you can get rewards like packs and stuff. But then what if I submit my Real Madrid collection, right? And I get a grade B, and then I pack 5 more Real Madrid players. Can I submit it again in like a week? Will it have a cooldown on? Maybe you can submit it once a month, so you can go and see it every month. I don't know how EA do this. You can see the rewards there. I mean, I'm guessing most of the rewards for this would be cosmetic. Boys, I'm trying to contain my excitement a little bit, because EA could mess this up so badly. But I have said for years, I trade on this game because I enjoy the menu side of it for when the gameplay's not as good. And when the gameplay's not as good, I need something to grind that makes me worth doing the SBC grind, worth doing the packs. And they might not, if they do collection book correctly, it would just make the menu much more enjoyable to play, because it gives it more of a social aspect. You can get in the Discord and compare with other people, compare with your friends, see online what people are collecting. Maybe, and then imagine they start doing like rare cards where Vitinha's got like a little holographic bit to him, and they start doing cosmetic stuff. Oh my god, there's so many ways they could go with it. Boys, if I seem a little bit over the top, I have asked for the past, I think, 3 or 4 years since I started doing heavy trading for one thing in this game. and it's collections and galleries. And the fact that it might be coming for FC27, let's see. Let's see. I don't know. I think there's so much that could go wrong with this. It could just be like, you like how Rush kind of got forgotten about. I think this could be crap and got forgotten about. That's why I'm like, I don't know. We need to see how it's implemented. But that, in my opinion, is bigger than the SBC League and it's bigger than the EVO League because it's a whole new thing altogether. And I think could change the way we play this game in terms of the menu grind. If the gameplay's still shocking, like, boys, I am all there with you. If the gameplay's shocking, that's shocking. This has nothing to do with the gameplay. It could be a sidestep for EA to get around playstyles and the gameplay. 100% agree with that. But it could just bring the love back for me in terms of playing and grinding this game to try and actually collect something. And maybe that's just me. Maybe you guys don't care at all. But let me know what you think. Would you play the game more for a collection book? Or would you not care at all? Let me know. Boys, what a way to end. There's probably going to be more leaks as you are watching this video. So keep an eye on tomorrow's video. We will try and do a recap of everything if any more does get leaked for FC27 today. But also, just for the Liga Team of the Season that's coming out as well, right? Subscribe if you are new. It feels like there is loads that we're going to be talking about in the next week. I appreciate all you guys who tune in to watch these videos. All you guys that stick around to the end to get exclusive leaks like that coming out that we can talk about. I'm hyped for collection books. Yeah, let me know what you guys think about the SBCs, the EVOs, the collection book, the 84x10, replacing the 83x14. And yeah, until next time, boys, I'll see you all in a bizzle.